Hi, I'm Pat Baer. This is Pat Baer's Anime Club. It's my ongoing video series where I get to talk about anime for as long as I want, and you can watch it. There are other episodes where I do deep dives into subgenres or explain a new thing happening in anime. Maybe I'll talk about something in manga. Occasionally, it's Manga Club. In this case, it's recommending some shows, which I do seasonally. So this is my for summer 2026 recommendations. Let's get into the first one. Please check out The Ghost in the Shell. That's The Ghost in the Shell, which is, of course, the Science Saru adaptation of the manga. If you've only watched Standalone Complex, this is going to feel different. If you've only seen the animated movie, this is going to feel a little different. Or movies, I should say. If you've only watched the live action, please watch anything that's Ghost in the Shell. Please, 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 please. That's a bad one, and this is very good. As I said, it is an adaptation of the manga and is a fairly true adaptation for those that really would prefer that. And in my case, I prefer that because it gives the Major something to do. She's a much more fleshed out character. She's got a lot more going on. And it's just a wild romp. Occasionally, it is very horny, as was the style at the time. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful looking. Science Saru is just nailing it. They're really getting the tone and the vibe, and I love it. I know there are some people out there that just were very surprised by this one. And as somebody that has read the manga, that maybe read the manga a little too early in my life, I think it's fantastic. And I think this is my Major, and I'm so stoked about it. Some of the other characters, maybe other adaptations have felt a little stronger than this one, but overall, I think it's just really enjoyable and an easy recommendation of something if you're looking for a great anime to watch this season. If you have Amazon Prime, that is. And if you don't have Amazon Prime, wait until the show's done. Get it for a month. Watch this. Watch City. Watch New Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. Watch Nippon Sangoku. Like, there's a few. The Dinner Table Detective. There's some show. You might recognize that eventually I'm going to be doing a video saying, hey, you should get Amazon Prime for a month and watch these great shows. Banana Fish, although in August it's coming to Netflix, but you get the point. Let's move on to my next recommendation, which is of these four, this is the one that going in, I did not know that this would be a show that I recommended because I didn't know much about it. This is Goodbye Laura. It's a modern retelling of The Little Mermaid, the Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid. It's not a Disney. There's nothing to do with the Disney version. Laura is a mermaid. She fell in love. It didn't work out. She's now in 2026 Japan trying to be a human and figure out what love is. And it is probably gay. It is certainly like bisexual. I don't know if this is a Yuri love story, but it is definitely going like, well, maybe that was the problem last time. Like, maybe. Either way, it's just lovely. And again, a really well animated show. This image does not really do it justice. It is a throwback style. It is going for an older animation style, which I think is really nice. This studio that made it is Circus, something with a K, Circus, my apologies. And I know lately they've been mostly working on Shield Hero. So I'm happy they're going to do something weird and cool. I think all the characters are really fun in this one. I just recently got caught up with it. I was behind an episode, so now I can like really dive in. And I think this is just like a top tier show. It's really great. This is the one, if I was going to recommend one show this month or this season on Crunchyroll, it would probably be this one. This would be the one I was like, oh yeah, well, you got to see that. And I've tried this time to recommend things that are on different streamers. We got Prime, we got 2 on Crunchyroll, and then we got 1 that is on High Dive. Let's get into the other Crunchyroll, and that one is Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. This is my romantic comedy recommendation. This is my slice of life recommendation. Right off the bat, I will say, if a 21-year age gap does not work for you, then this is not the show for you. right? This is unbelievably slow burn romance show. Who knows if they'll even kiss by the end, but it is these two characters coming together. It is a because of circumstances sitcom-ish situation comedy thing of like mistaken identity, a variant of that. Anyway, our dude is, he's 45. He is working a dead-end office job. He is definitely depressed. The highlight of his day or his week is stopping by the grocery store on the way home and running into the sales clerk, who is very nice and seems to be genuinely nice to him. And they, nice little conversation here and there, and that's great. And then also he runs into this girl behind the supermarket smoking, and she's kind of wild and kind of like seems very cool in a leather jacket, got earrings. She seems real put together and cool, and they develop a friendship based on him and her smoking. As you may have guessed, the clerk and the smoker are the same girl, and he doesn't know that, and she's kind of amused by that and kind of annoyed by that as they talk about things. And again, slow burn. As someone who is a year older than our main character, the idea of dating someone who is 21 years younger than me seems like a no-go. And so if you feel that way, I understand. But this is an adult romance. These are consenting adults getting to know one another. And I think it's neat and cool. There were a bunch of episodes that were put out as mini episodes. I did not watch those. I was waiting, and now I am watching it weekly as it releases for the full fat version instead of the minis. And I think that is a better way to watch it. But if you want to watch the first 6 broken up into 12 episodes, you can do that, and you'll be a little ahead of me at the time of this recording, 5 in. So, or 4 in, I can't remember. Anyway, watch Smoking Behind the Supermarket with you. But also, if you don't want to, you don't have to, right? Like, I'll tell you right now, friends, my last recommendation is for the people like that would also like a little bit of romance, but they would like it to be a little fantastical and aren't afraid to watch something that is a subgenre that other people scoff at. And that is, of course, The Forsaken Saintess and Her Foodie Road Trip in Another World. That's right. It's an isekai. Our main character, who is over here doing her thing on the left there, bottom left, she gets accidentally summoned. They summon 2 people, and they look at those people and they go, "You get out of here. We don't understand what your power is. Go." Her power is summoning an RV, a little camper van RV that she can make invisible, that can store infinite items, that doesn't need gasoline, that has unlimited water, that just has all these accessories. She's also a great cook, and so she's just like, okay, I'm just going to travel. She pretty immediately runs into some people, including the gray-haired demon man, the Oni man, and his party of folks. She joins the party as like an attendant, kind of. And most of the series is eating good foods and hanging out and getting to know one another and having a lovely time. And then occasionally there is some action, but it's mostly a slow burn romance between our 2 main characters. And then also lots of unbelievably well done food, great looking food, exceptionally well animated food that is just like, oh yeah, man, this is so good. This is like one of those, anime that are just like, it is a little bit of food porn, but it's also very cozy and fun. I've read the manga of this. I started reading the manga of this, and I was very happy to hear this was getting anime adaptation. Do I wish that the RV wasn't CG and was digital like the rest of it? Yeah, that kind of, but I get it. I understand it. I don't know if there's comeuppance for the people that summoned her and then chose the other girl instead of her. As of right now, we have not seen the other side, because some people like the banished kind of thing. They love to see the comeuppance, But to me, that was just okay, well, how does she get summoned? Okay, well, why is she alone? Okay, now do the show. And it might, again, I don't know. It might feed into that and we might have more. But right now, we're just feeding our faces with cool, excellent food and ways to prepare that food and a bunch of characters that are just like so stoked. I haven't even met there's an animal companion, apparently. At time of this recording, have not seen that creature, and that's cool. I love that. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Now, that was my 4 recommendations for this summer. If I could give you a mini recommendation, maybe I could give you like one more mini recommendation here. Let's see. Let me look at my big list of stuff. Sparks of Tomorrow, I think it's pretty solid. There are shows that I have not watched yet. So in the comments, let me know, what are you watching this season? What are your big recommendations? The Witches of Mongolia, I've heard incredible things, or Witch of Mongolia, I've heard incredible things about, haven't watched it yet. That's on my short list of stuff I need to check out. I think Sparks of Tomorrow is just took a twist that was really interesting, and I don't know where it's going. So I am interested in seeing that and more about that show. There are other things that I'm like, okay, I would like to know more about what's going on here. And there's some stuff that I'm watching that I can't really recommend. You're probably not going to like The Frontier Lord Begins with 0 Subjects. I think it's pretty great. I don't know if you'll watch it. I'm tired of recommending Welcome to Demon School Irma Kun and it falling on deaf ears. It's going to be my top 10. I think it'll be my top 10 because this second core is really good. So I think it's going to hit my top 10. But I understand if that's not for you, it's not for you. I think there are right now there's 2 drug use girl failure shows, and there's at least one. I think there might be 2 toxic tragic Yuri shows as well. It's a weird season. But let me know in the comments what you're watching, or if you're watching any of the shows that I talked about. Maybe you don't even like this adaptation of The Ghost in the Shell, and you're like, nah, man, not for me. If you have ideas for future Pat Bear's Anime Club videos that you would like to see, please let me know. I have some ideas. As I said, I will be doing hey, you should probably get Amazon Prime video where I talk about some of the stuff they got on there that's really, really good. They have some stinkers, but they got a lot of good stuff. Worst plot reveals part 2, because the reveal in Dr. Stone happened, and so I want to talk about that reveal. But I also need other ones to talk about. It can't just be, wait, what happened to I could do that. I could do part 2 of worst plot reveals, and it's just me talking about that Dr. Stone. That's kind of funny. I could do that. That's kind of good. I want to do some weird original anime. I want to do that. I want to do another 5 favorite originals of 2000s because the first video people seem to really like. I got another idea for a manga club. So I've got more stuff to come. I'd love to hear from you what you would like to see me do here at Pat Bear's Anime Club as we go. Thanks so much for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, ring the bell, hype it. I don't know. Bye-bye.